Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of Dead End here in City Skylines, where last episode we built our first industry within the region. It's the industry that's hopefully going to bring people from all over the world flocking in their millions to kind of get rich on that liquid gold known as oil. Yes, we built a beautiful oil industry. It's only a basic one, it's only a small one. It's kind of needs a lot more room for expansions, which we're going to be doing today. We're also going to set up a few other things too, like potentially kind of planning out where our next small-ish town is going to be, upgrading some of the infrastructure and trying to get more people to make more money before we go on that rapid expansion and build all the good stuff that Dead End is going to end up having. Now, if you guys do enjoy this, I want to see more of Dead End in the future, please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you are new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified when that next episode does come out. Now, we are back, and guess what's still here, guys? La-di-da-di-da. The Tsunami! I don't know when it's going to go. It's now going to be it's a built-in car wash, okay? We've claimed it as a built-in car wash. It is what it is. Now, last episode, guys, I actually to kind of give you some pretty sweet name suggestions for what we could potentially rename our oil industry. And I said a bunch of good ones, and the one that I liked the most was Cactus. I can't even spell. Cactus. Is that how you spell cactus? Yeah, Cactus Oil Co. I like that name. Reason being is, one, we're in a desert, but we're also, I don't know if there's much of it around here. There actually isn't any cactuses, which is now just kind of disproven your boy's point. But there's some cactuses over here right now. But it's quite a nice little fitting name, isn't it? Cactus Oil Co. The Cactus Oil Company with a built-in car wash. So it's got a pretty sweet name. It's got a nice little ring to it. Now, what I'm going to do today, then, is we're going to finally sort out, where am I? The connection just up to here. We're going to get more peeps living in Tumbleweed. I'm going to plan or try and create a smallish town in the outskirts over here, which this town over here is also going to be on the foundations of a water treatment plant. It's where all of our war sewage is going to go and get turned into clean drinking water. Well, at least I hope it's going to. You just kind of never know how it's going to turn out. I'm just going to have like nowhere near the size of this. Just a small couple of hundred people maybe living around here who predominantly work in the water treatment plant. That's what we're going to hopefully build up towards, but we've got a lot of stuff that we need to kind of tick off the list before we can get to that point. So, first things first, we are going to raise the taxes slightly. We're going to raise the taxes on all of the... I can take it up to 20... No, not 20. I know I can take it up to 12%. I've been kind of holding out on doing it. And I know I can kind of bring these up a bit and whatnot. But I'm going to leave it like that. Just so we got more money coming in. They're going to hate me for it. But it's going to fund, hopefully, creating some processing buildings for the Cactus Oil Company. And eventually we're going to have to create like an export route via a train. But we have not got enough money for that just yet. So we've got a little bit of demand that we're now going to use. So we're going to fill all this up now with residential. There we go. Fill up some of this here with residential. It's quite a lot of residential we're kind of throwing in. And it's going to put a lot of stress and demand on the entirety of Tumbleweed. But it's exactly what we need to bring that influx of people, because we're going a little bit crazy with the expansions very soon. But like I said in the past, this is as big as Tumbleweed's going to get. I'm not going to kind of create any more frailing roads coming off it. That's it. That is Tumbleweed right there. It's not going to be a huge metropolis. So while they kind of bring all the peeps in, upping the taxes has boosted our weekly profit. Now, for the longest time, I've been thinking about how I'm going to create a connection here. Because obviously I'm going to whack a little roundabout on, but we have these two train lines close by. And I thought to myself, if I could kind of slightly adjust the passenger line, maybe pull it back a bit where it crosses the road, that could be a good idea. But somebody in the comment section said and suggested it, and I was like, oh my goodness me, when was the last time I did something like this? And I do apologize, I don't remember who commented it, but they said, Seniac, why don't you make it slightly sunken underground? And I'm thinking, is that going to work and all that kind of jazz? But then I thought to myself, when is the last time I created a sunken anything? Sunken Highway? Probably all the way back to Oil Town, the actual series, and I've done a Sunken Highway in the USA. So I want to try it out. I want to see if doing a sunken railroad here. Oh, damn. Sirens. Is going to work out for us. It might not. It might not, but we shall see. Now, if I select this point... Actually, I'll do it on this... no, I'll do it on this point here. So if I select these... Oh, not you. Not you. To there. Get the nodes all selected. Excuse me. There we go. And we're then going to drop it down below. Now, it does kind of look a bit funky at times. But I'm eventually going to delete this road. And how it's going to work is we'll have the roundabout kind of around here. And the road's going to bend into it there. And then going to bend out to go up to there. So I just want to kind of get the depth of it. So that's the reason I'm doing it against this road. So I can kind of get a feel for the depth of it. Which I think that is perfect. So then if I not select roads. And then if we select the train line up to here. Right, I'm going to take it quite far back and then I'll align it wherever I need it. So I drop it down to there and then do the same just here. So to there, align it down. Just so I've got loads of space to kind of work with. This is actually going to be quite cool when we kind of get it all up and running. So I've dropped it all and sunken it all down right now. I'll eventually bring it back a bit and, you know, it's got to wait till we finish building the roundabout. So basically, the roundabout's going to kind of be over the top of this whole little section. I could do it like that, or I could do the roundabout here and have the highway come over it and then shoot back over. I think I might do that instead. Do the roundabout here instead. I like this style. It's something that I haven't done in quite some time. So I thought it'll be like the kind of perfect opportunity to kind of implement something like this. So I'm going to make it the exact same roundabouts that we've been using throughout this, which is a 2-lane highway. Now, do I go a little bit bigger for the sake of... Oh, actually, do you know what? I didn't realize how much more I could... Oh! No, Saniac. No. Delete. Let me try that again. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. So... Oh, this is now going to completely mess me up. So 15. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so 5. What was that point? 5 by 7. I'll just go with it. And then do it here. There we go. Sweet. So is it still on the 2-lane highway? Yes, it is. Do it here then. And is 60 bigger? I mean, we've been doing these at 60, haven't we? Yeah. So it should be fine. Drop a 60 just there. So that road is going to come down across here, connect to there. And then we're going to have another one coming off there that then frails up as this comes over and down. Should be good. What I'll do as well, I'll delete that back. And then we'll go back to selecting roads. And we'll move it ourselves. So if I move this over to here, I can get a better position for it. So that's going to come in, go straight over and down. And then we'll have one going up there. Yeah, okay, sweet. Okay, there's a lot of maneuvering that I've got to do. But we got this. Now, I know it's kind of slightly kind of up and elevated on this little bit of land there. I don't mind that too much. We're now going to drop it into pause mode. And we're going to set up then our highway to connect to it. So this is going to be quite a nice little design, isn't it? I'm actually quite excited for this. I really am. Now, we've been doing off the roundabouts almost a full 10 studs away. So coming off here would be there. So I'm going to have to delete a lot of this. And the 10 stud here is obviously coming off. So that's 6 by 6. So if I bring that down like that, but obviously we got to sort out the alignments and the heights. So we'll elevate that bit of road as well, and then we can kind of bring it all up. And just for the sake of, you know, getting it all working right. So if I do a 11, I do an 11. Flip that one round. So that's how it's going to connect just here. But I feel like these... I don't know if I'm going to be able to get away with these being on the ground. Ooh, that's cutting it close, isn't it, with the edge of that? Okay, do you know what? That works fine. That works perfect. If I just kind of bring it up a bit. Well, not too much because of the edge just there. The train should be able to go under that, right? I mean, if you kind of look at the kind of the wires above it, I think that's fine. And, oh, that's kind of cool. So when they're going straight down, they're going to be going up here, around. I mean, I know it's probably throwing more traffic onto it. But yeah. Yeah. Okay, so delete you to there. And then where we're picking the point where it goes straight back out the opposite way. So, okay, making it grounded. I mean, I can make it go from here and then bend it up that way. Or I could bring it from about there. I could do it just here instead. So if I go about a 6 here. If I go about a 6 there and then elevate it, well, bridged it as if we were going straight over. And then we've got to kind of sort out then this alignment. So we delete that back. Alright, so again, I'm trying to kind of semi-run around with this, aren't I? So making all that not elevated. So my only concern is the amount of traffic going around right now. I'm now forcing all that traffic to go around the roundabout. That is what I'm now doing. Okay, so that is my only concern that I currently have. So if I do a 10 by 11 there, and let's just see how far away I can get with that. Right. The roundabout goes oddly shaped after a while, doesn't it? So without doing anything additional right now, it's all back to normal. The only thing I haven't set up is the correct system for the roundabout. Now, I learned last episode, guys, how to do it. So let's see if I can do it again. Is it done? No? Am I not doing the right thing? Clear traffic. Apply stop signs. Applies yield signs to connected roads. Yeah. Applies all traffic rules. High priority. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like I'm breaking it. Right. Clear it all. Right. Applied the yield signs to connected roads. Oh wait. Hold on. I'm doing all this and I haven't got in that connection here. Right. Scrap that. I'm still learning, guys. But basically, right. Yeah, the traffic has to now drive around it, which might overcomplicate this junction. We'll just kind of see what comes from it. But vehicles coming in this way, I've got a free flow to go straight out. And we have the ability for the trains to kind of go underneath, which I really like that they can do that. I do really like that. There's a weird satisfaction coming from it. And if I kept it sunken all the way down here, so it hasn't got to cross the road and then pop back up. Ooh, we might have a nice little design on the go. Right, okay, forget that then. So, right, let's get back to business then. So we've got this road, and if I pick, say there, where does a 6 by 6 going straight to here? And then, Now this is where it goes a little bit all over the place right now, because it's a 4-lane road. Over here, we chose a 2-lane road. I'm not saying that is the best method or the right way to go about it. But keeping up with the obvious design aspect that we've currently got going down in this area, that is how it works everywhere else. Okay? Right, we select these points here. Bring them down. So we're a little bit more flat. And let's see if I can figure this out again. I did it last episode and I've completely forgotten right now how this works. So apply stop signs to connected roads. No. We've applied the giveaway signs, the yield signs as they're now known. Applies to all traffic rules for high priority roads. So no crossing. But what does that add in? It does. Applies or roundabout won't disable where the road is selected. Oh, what have I done? Have I broke it? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm still learning this. But if I look at this real quick, that seems normal. The giveaway signs are all there. Is that all set up right, guys? I still feel like I'm learning this. But it kind of looks okay. The only thing, obviously, that I want to check next is giving these guys the ability to keep passing through, because that has a tendency to slow them down. It does at times. It does a tendency to slow them down. So allow them to keep flowing through just on that point there. And I mean, yeah, it works. And now we have this additional system or kind of way for them to come in, taking less pressure off this junction over here. Because as we build like a small town over in this direction, where this route becomes a little bit more busy, where we might have to upgrade it to a 4-lane highway or something like that. You know, I've taken more pressure off it by allowing us to have this. But obviously, if you're getting from here to potentially that new town, obviously going through here is not the shortest route, because this will be the quicker route because of the speed limits. Now, oh, we got some water issues. Oh, yeah, okay, we do have water issues. Get them all covered there. So, yeah, I like the sunken railroad. I really do like it. Now, if I kind of keep that idea running, and will it allow me to now slope going down naturally, which is good. I want to see the train go through it right now, through these bridges. Choo-choo! Yeah, there's plenty of clearance. Plenty of clearance right now for that. Good stuff. And then here then, I actually want to kind of sink it all the way down. So, I'm not sure how it's going to work with the road. That's going to be interesting. But if I select you... Right, so you... I'll select that point. You. To there. And if I align it to the object height, obviously, of that. Drops it all down. Or did I miss... Oh, I missed a node. Okay, and then if I select you, and if I do one... I might as well do that one there. And then slope it so it goes down gradually. I don't know what it is, but I kind of like it. I kind of really like it. So if I pause, and then we kind of add in our little bit of a bend. So that road here, which is actually going to be quite a bit difficult right now to kind of squeeze it in, right? Like that. Yeah, pretty much. So, I can space it out, the cavern that we've created, but by kind of sinking it, it also kind of allows me, I could eventually, potentially, run a parallel line running down that would go to the other town. Ooh. So it kind of does give me those options, and I really like the idea of that. I think it's quite a nice little kind of feature to the area, isn't it? Having the passenger line slightly sunken down. I mean, I could make the whole line sunken down all the way through here. It will kind of get rid of then the crossing. And it might reduce the noise pollution because we have it's lower down. What do you guys think of that? Do I sink it all the way up to here? Obviously, I won't be able to do it there. It's way too close. That might be a pretty sweet idea. I don't know. We'll see how things go. So we've dropped all that down. We've built a beautiful little roundabout. Traffic is flowing pretty nice. It's taking the edge off this junction over here, which is good. Also, then every vehicle that obviously comes in and goes this way round is one less vehicle going around this, which again takes the edge off that junction. We've kind of divided traffic quite nicely. I like it. So we've got 120,000 now in the bank. Let's go all the way back over to our Cactus Oil Company, who's making a little bit of profit. And let's give them their first... Is that... Yep, Tsunami's still here. Let's give them their first processing building. And that's exactly what we want to throw in now. So we'll keep it reasonable. I won't go too crazy. So our first processing building will be this one. The oil sludge pyrolysis... I can't even say it. Plant, which produces... petroleum. 25,000. It is quite expensive, but if I drop this... If I put that one there, and a 2 gap... Go there. So if I okay, I'm going to build 2. Well, we'll do a 1 gap, that's fine. I'm building 2 just here. So it's on the opposite side. Right now it's slightly out of the way. It's going to need the water. And of course it's going to need some power. So I've got the water, got the power. We'll now be able to... is that getting a little bit lower now? I feel like the Tsunami is getting slightly a little bit lower. It's got the water, it's got the power. Then we'll drop the goods off, and then we can start creating petroleum. So it'll take a while before we start making big money, but 1,600, that's actually not too shabby. You got to admit, that's not too shabby from the get-go. But then you start producing petroleum, a little bit more higher value. This area now has almost 300 jobs available. That's now starting to produce. Let's go wait for some more trucks to get over there. But we'll keep an eye on what we're importing versus our own production, just for those 2 buildings. So only 2 in, because obviously they are quite expensive. They are quite expensive. And how are we doing? Do we have a little bit of a fire issue over here? Is the building okay? I think it's okay. I think it's okay, guys. Which, now then, if I'm to build a small-ish little town over here, this roundabout... Ooh, okay, so I was going to say we might come off here to go up to there, but the bend there and the incline there is kind of slightly off-putting. So what if I ran a national road going down here and through here to get over there, and obviously have one going this way too? So it's not connected to the highway as a sense to here, but maybe I can get it connected to that roundabout. But is that then throwing too much traffic on that roundabout? Maybe, probably. Probably is the answer. I mean, I can run a national road going that way, and then run one that comes down the side to maybe connect into here, or even come out of this road leading up. Again, it's not gonna have a lot of people living there. It's literally a water treatment plant, which I am thinking now. If anyone can remember back to when I did an experiment where I turned raw sewage water into clean drinking water. You see where this is going? I might create a rectangle, a sunken rectangle, maybe 2 of them, that pumps in sewage water, cycles down to then potentially turn into clean drinking water if possible. That's what I want to try and maybe create. And I think it could be pretty cool. I do think it could be pretty cool. But it's just how would I lead down to here into creating a smallish town? Right, let me use the dirt roads. And let me check out the terrain. Where's the flattest area? So the flattest area is pretty much here. So if I build our first little bed, and we go across by, let me start it there. If we go across by 20, or are we elevated? We are, aren't we? Right, and then if I push it as high as here, which I'm not sure what that distance was, cross by 20, straight down, and that will be hopefully eventually our first little sewage section that we can funnel it all into. Now if I was to create a secondary one, with the same spacing, which we can get away with just there. Okay. And then we'll probably eventually want to kind of create, if I do a... Right, I don't want to build it in today's episodes. I want to dedicate an episode to building it. But this is where we create the... Oh, what's the space? Hang on, is the spacing completely off? 24. 24, no, it's fine. I want to... that's where the kind of... It will pinch itself in, so the water will come in, go through here, and it will clean the water, and this will kind of be clean drinking water. That's what we want to try and recreate. Whether or not we'll be able to do it is a completely different story. Now, if that was there, because you got to remember, if you look at it, it's kind of like when you see the bumps of land, it's in a ditch. So, do I build the tiny town that we're going to have on top of the hill that overlooks it all? Do I build it on the very edge? Do I build it, where the road that comes into this area, it goes through that small little town? I think we're quite flat on top of this, so I think this might be a better option. But again, it's all comes. This is the thing, when you're working with like the sand and dirt, it's quite hard to see where the land drops down. So if I pick a national road, and let's just say I kind of make it go straight like that, we'll build a town off it, and then following the curvature right now. Right, I should be kind of trying to get this in with this. So, trying to follow the curvature. As it seeps all the way down. How does that look from the outside? So a few little cliff edges just there, which we can smoothen that out. And then I'm going to probably run this all the way down, maybe connect into there. I mean, I could connect to the roundabout, but I feel like I'm going to be putting too much pressure on that roundabout at that point. And then get this coming around to here. I could connect it to here, to be honest with you. But then, would that then need a small roundabout at some point? Alright, if I build it, only time will tell. So again, go back into the terrain. Now, for this, I've got a couple of options. I think what I'll do is we'll bend it out and round. So back to there. How does that look? So it kind of comes round as a little national road to the treatment plant. And then we'll have this kind of wiggle itself down to there. So there's no way that I'm creating a quicker, shorter route to get over to here by this. So I am making it quite long. And then we're going to pick our point of where we bring this road up and in. It's actually quite a tough one. Let me pick this. And what I'll do is... So have a little wiggle on the road going up to it. And then we build only a really small town just there. So by doing that, right, there's no way that any vehicle can get confused thinking that, going down this road is the quicker way to get to here. There's no way that's going to now happen. So they'll always use the road that we've got implemented in before. And that will allow us to kind of build up here. So road to the water treatment plant. Road going all the way up, which I'm not too sure where to connect just yet, so I'll kind of leave it for that. Which ain't too shabby. What can I do in terms of the edges here? So if I paused, Do I slightly smoothen this? How does that look? Smoothing it doesn't make it look nowhere near as harsh, and it kind of creates a more greater effect to the edges. Which I like that. It's not as rough. Obviously, against the road, that's how it's going to be. Yeah, I prefer that. I prefer that. Doesn't look as harsh, even though it's quite drastic here. But I could do like a key wall if I really needed to kind of draw up that edge. But I think that's fine. I think that's fine. I could even borderline raise the railway a little bit too, because it is lower than I need it to be. So that's all good. How is the oil industry now doing? Okay, it's started to produce some barrels. We are importing, which does show us that we could do with then claiming more oil. So we got these ones in, which they pump up 4,800. These pump up 8,000, so they're almost double. Now, granted, they are larger, and they are 16,000 a pop. So should have the water, should have the power. Yep. So that then creates even more oil. So hopefully we don't have to kind of import anymore, which will be quite handy, quite nice. We got a nice little industrial growth on the scene. Garbage incineration plants. How are we doing on that stuff? Garbage processing's a little bit low, but no one's really complaining just yet. I hope they're not. Nah, no one's really complaining. We don't have any residential demand, so we've still got little gaps here and there. Which, that's fine. Because we're going to create more jobs and stuff over on this side. I'm looking forward to building this next episode. I really am. It's going to be quite it's like kind of borderline implementing an experiment into a series, which is going to be pretty sweet to see. I won't do the town just yet, because I'll wait to get all that stuff in. Because again, we've borderline got no residential demand, so there's kind of no point for it in a sense. There really isn't. And yep, not too bad. Not too bad. How is this line? So it's still not 100% full just yet, which is fine. So what I think will eventually happen then, if I get a small-ish town here, do you reckon we should eventually have the railway link up to it? It could be a cool little thing to do. I don't know whether that's a little bit too high for a railway to get all the way up there. I think so. But why don't we take a look at now then? Because obviously we're not really filling up a train, and for the longest time we've been talking about buses. Why don't we finally get the buses in? To pick everybody, to collect everybody, to take them to the centre, to the train station. It's going to cost me 30,720 a week to run the bus depot. But I can borderline merge the bus depot in here. So I pause. Or I can put the bus depot here. I'll pull it there. So that will delete those buildings momentarily. But we're going to get our first bus route in. So basically, all I want the buses to do is to kind of go around Tumbleweed, the outskirts, and be used to then bring them into the centre to the train station. So it kind of, it's that kind of next step to kind of getting people in. So whereas someone might not want to walk from here to the train station, the buses allow them to get there, which might bring more people onto the train. So this is going to be interesting. So if I start here then, at the actual train station itself, and we're going out this way. So if that's going to be the centre of it all, and if I have our first stop coming up to there, no. Actually, let me cancel that. Can I put it on the other side of the road? Yeah. So coming out to here, I'll do a stop. We'll do our first stop here. Our next stop just here. We'll do a stop there. I'll do a stop just after the bend here. So everyone around here should be able to walk to it fairly easy. I do a stop there. Now you might be thinking that stop is quite close. But you got to think, if someone over here doesn't want to walk all the way over to there, the bus stop's closer for them. So that means I can then bring in a stop here. A stop there. Again, I'm thinking about the radius around. This is probably 100% not the perfect bus route. But it should do be just this. And I could take him straight back. But I think I'll do one last stop here to then finish the bus route just there. So it's not the perfect bus route, but it does enough to kind of pick people up. So, for example, if you lived here and you feel like the train station's too far away, the bus stop is just there. We'll make it a little bit easier for these guys that do love on this side by creating a little path that does connect over. So I'm so sorry we've had to delete that little bit of road. There we go. And I'm not sure how many buses it's going to throw in this this little line right now. But it'll be interesting to see. Now, also, it's going to benefit as well. Like, if you live here, they might use the bus route to kind of get to other areas. Without, not just using it for that. So that becomes a kind of like a benefit too. There's like already people over here waiting. Now, there's not really much going on over here at the minute. So when I fill this zone up, obviously that bus stop will have a lot more, customers in a sense. But like I said, it's not the perfect bus route. It's just good enough for now to get things ticking over. So, should have enough money to kind of pay for all of this. But I'll let those buses now do what they've got to do. And like I said, it's just treated to collect the people to bring them to the train station. To transfer them at the minute over to the sandstone industry area. That's all we're pretty much getting it to do at the minute. I can't wait. Honestly, I cannot wait to build this. I'm really excited. So, bunch of plans we've got ready to rock and roll with. We can see people went at the bus stop at the train station, which is good to see. So you can see how they all come out and they'll be transferring over. And I'll give it a while before we take a look at how many buses on the line and how much demand we're pretty much going to have. Because that'll be kind of interesting. That will be. Right, a little bit of money coming in. I don't think we quite need to... Oh, okay, so we had a little bit of a power issue there. Did you spot it? So I'll add another wind turbine. That'll give these guys all the power that they need. And at the minute, no importation of oil, but we are now starting to sell a couple of barrels. Just a couple. They're waiting for a few more, a little bit more oil coming in. Oil deliveries that are now being dropped off. That one got oil. Where's the oil for these guys? Are they about to get it? No, that was the truck returned to the facility. How much is in storage? There's quite a bit. Give them the oil. So we're making a couple of dollars right now, which is nice to see. We really are. But this is where you need a... there we go, just got some oil. This is where you need a cargo area nearby to be able to transfer the goods in and out of the region a whole lot easier. But we'll eventually get there. How was this anyway? Because I know we're dumping in raw sewage water just here. It's not the best. But again, until I get that water treatment plant set up, this is what we have to do for the region. This is just what we have to do. I'm seeing a few little issues popping up right now. Is it to do with crime and policing? We have a little police station over here. We could do with another, like a jail. But we ain't got the funds for that, have we? Police station, deluxe. We got a recreational facility. This is for if I build a modular prison. Prison there, 120,000. Holy moly! I'm eventually going to build a prison out in the middle of nowhere, which I think will be really, really cool. But yeah, some nice improvements on the scene. I'm happy. So 7,800 people now living in Dead End. The only town we've currently got right now is Tumbleweed, but hopefully we're going to build a smallish town here next episode. We're going to set up our water treatment plant just here as well. Hopefully we can then transfer all the water production stuff over to there, try and become self-sufficient, stop them polluting the river and stuff like that as well. That will be a big thing for us. And same for over here on this river too. Expand more of the Cactus Oil Company. Only small improvements today, but again, it all comes down to money. But the money 6,000 a week right now we got coming in. That's good money. That's good cash right there. I'm very impressed with it. Still important, so we do need to kind of create a few more oil wells to kind of drill it all up. But look at that, nearly 4,000 in profit. It all adds up, boys. It all adds up. So let me know what you think about the sunken railroads, guys. I think they look pretty cool. It's quite a nice little feature to the area. It just adds a little bit more character than normal. And if anything you want to see me do in the Dead End series, anything you want me to build or try and kind of create, let me know in the comment section down below. But until next time, guys, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.